Hey, Facebook family. I just was doing a live on TikTok, and that was going to be all for today. And then I decided, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just hop on live on Facebook because I've got a super busy week. And I just want to do all of my lives clustered together and get them all done in one day so I can focus, because it's been crazy and I don't think it's going to get any slower paced for me this week. So anyways, I wanted to talk to you about the ripple mindset effect on your team, on your organization. And I wanted to share a story with you about my business, and my second in command. She is just amazing, and she's so smart. And I think a while back, before I had that aha moment in my life, I would have been afraid to help her grow, to invest in her a little bit, because I was afraid. I was afraid that, she would get poached from me. And I came to the conclusion that the best thing I can do as a business owner is to pour into my people, identify who wants to grow, who wants to up level, and pour into them. And with Sabria, my second in command, I really encouraged her to go and get her master's degree, and she will be finishing up her master's degree at the end of this year. And this has been a tough year, a lot of struggles in the business, and she's just done amazingly well. And I know this has given her the confidence that, yes, I can run a multi-million-dollar business and get my master's degree at the same time. And I know that's been a huge confidence booster for her. But you have to have that abundance mindset as a business owner and be willing to invest in your people and not be afraid that they'll leave you. What you need to be afraid of is that you don't do everything you can to keep them, and make sure that you pay them so well that they don't want to leave you. So you don't want to have that scarcity mindset with your people. Is you want to always be looking to up level them, help them grow, and invest in their future, whether it be helping them get a certification, helping them get a degree, getting them that new training. And you don't want to have the mentality of, well, if I do this for them, they're going to leave me. So what? That was not money wasted. That was money invested in your community, in that person's life. That's money invested in the world. When you can help humans be better, it will come back to you. And you have to have that, that do unto others as you would have them do unto you kind of mentality. You've got to, or if you believe in, karma or just the universe, I think there is that universal principle that when you give to others, it will come back to you. And so never look at it when you've invested a lot into an employee. Never look at it as a betrayal. Look at it as a gift if they leave you and they go on to something else, especially, if you part on good terms, because you've invested in humanity and you'll never ever make a bad move there. When you can help build a better human being, that is really ultimately your goal. Otherwise, why are we here? What is the point? Except to help people become the best versions of who they're meant to be. But if you invest and up level the people in your organization and you have that abundance mindset, they will literally pay for themselves every single time. And you may be thinking, well, Nicole, I'm going to have to pay them more money. Well, I would hope so. I would hope so. Pay them, because their abilities, again, they're going to pay for themselves when you invest in them. So that's my story for you as far as Sabria, is that, she's getting her master's degree. She'll have it at the end of this year. And yeah, I'm going to have to give her a raise. But the cool thing is, the ending of the story is, she's so phenomenal. She's had a lot of people reach out to her and, solicit her and try and poach her from me. But she told me that she's happy where she is. Because, yeah, of course I do. I pay her very well. but I can't compete with the bigger, companies that are soliciting her and reaching out to her. I can't compete with that. But what she told me is that she's happy where she is, and she's going to stick with me because she has the freedom. She has the freedom to innovate, to create. I give her the flexibility and the autonomy to run the company, and I trust her. And you cannot put a price on that type of relationship. So if you're a small business owner and you're like, oh, I'm afraid of these bigger companies because they can offer better, better benefits, more money. There's always a cost. There's always a leverage. There's always a price to pay. But what you can do as a small business owner is, if you pay good enough, and if your benefits are good enough, and you can get creative with those, where you can really, really maximize the leverage and be really attractive to these high producing quality type of folks is the relationships, the mentoring, the autonomy, and also the hours. A lot of these people that are part of that corporate machine, that corporate grind, they really work some horrific hours. And as a small business owner, if your company is well run and you have systems, processes, procedures in place, you shouldn't have just that constant crisis and emergency that requires a skilled person to handle for everything. And that's something that I've noticed in the corporate world in some industries, is it's just, especially with labor, is I've been surprised, because I would have thought that these industries would have better systems in place, but it does seem to rely a lot on talent. I'm not saying that it's just anecdotal. I'm sure that's not true across the board, but you as a small business owner, you do have the leverage and the ability to attract top quality people, the top quality people that are already in your organization. Don't be afraid to invest in them, up-level their skills, because you're afraid that they're going to leave you. Do it anyways, because the point is, it's really even not about them. It's about you. It's about you and your mindset. And if you have an abundance mindset, if you have a giving heart, that's not just fluff. That's not just, oh, that's so sweet. No, that is a stone cold hard fact. If you are a giver, the universe will reward you in turn. So don't be afraid to help your employees fly. Even if they don't come back to you, but they fly away. They've flown on to be a blessing to others, and you were a part of that. And in the end, Isn't that really the ultimate reason we go into business? Not to make the money. It's to build the better human. Of course, we need the money to fuel it, but I really think in the end, that's what it's all about. So anyways, hope you all have a great week. And I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.